Mrs. Cromer lived on the monotonous and often lonely frontier in southern Rhodesia. To fill the long nights, Mrs. Cromer had taken one of her black house servants as a lover. But the morning her affair was no longer a secret meant that both she and her lover, Alugoleta, were in grave danger. To save herself, Mrs. Cromer used the only get-out-of-jail-free card available to her. She accused her black lover of rape. Black peril was the notion that black colonial subjects would engage in unsolicited sexual relations with white women. It was geared at protecting white women's virtue and innocence, and these depended entirely on her chastity and sexual morality. There were no concerns for the virtue of black women, so attempting to rape them was not even considered a crime. If the most important thing a woman has is virtue, and only white women can have virtue, then by definition, only white women can be women. These sentiments sound absolutely absurd today, which, in one sense, is a relieving reflection of how much society has progressed. But it is these same notions of racism and sexism that fuel oppression against women of color today, and these notions are embodied in the white woman. White women have to acknowledge the unfair advantage their race has given them, not just in the sense they have white privilege, but in the sense they have participated in a system where their womanhood is itself a privilege and a weapon. At various points throughout history, it has been somewhat understandable, if not deeply regrettable, that white women choose to remain tethered to whiteness. They were isolated in the colonies. They had a lack of legal rights. They were subjected to puritanical Christian morality. This is no longer the case. There is no reasonable excuse that remains for white women to continue to betray women of color. White women have a choice. It is a choice they have always had to some degree, but never before have they been in such a strong position to make the right one. Will white women choose to keep upholding white supremacy under the guise of equality, or will they stand with women of color as we edge ever closer to liberation?